Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. I have not been feeling well, as a lot of you know, and I haven't videoed in quite a while. And so I decided putting together a folio today for a friend who's a journaler, and I'm working on some other things as well. And I thought, you know, this is simple. It's not very difficult. And I thought, why not turn on the camera and do a video? And if it comes out great, then I'll post it. So welcome back to all of my subscribers. Thank you for sticking with me while I've been gone. And also thank you to any new subscribers. I hope that you enjoy this video and decide to subscribe. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment so I can get to know you better. So anyway, my name is Cheryl, for those of you who don't know, or I might have already said that, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I really hope that you can stick with me. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together a video with creating a folio for her to keep her ephemera in. And it's really simple. It's such a simple thing to make. And that's why I decided to come on and show you how I make it rather than come on and show you it already finished. It's going to be a couple of part videos, as I'd like to not only create the folio itself, the ephemera folder itself, but show you how I put it all together. So what I've done is I have taken, you can get these at any paint store. You can even get them at Walmart. We had built a new home, as some of you know, and moved to the west coast of Florida, southwest coast. And I had to choose, you know, my paints. And so I have a lot of these, and I've picked up a lot of you know, paint chips and things like that. So I've made these before. I do not remember if I've made a complete video on how to make these, but I do know that there's one that's already made, I believe. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I do this. So I get one of these, very simple. They're just those, you know, fold outs. You can get them tall, you can get them short, you can get them like this. This one I've cut down so that it can fit my paper. I'm using 8.5 by 11 that I've already printed out. And I have pretty much, you know, I haven't cut my edges yet, but it does, I cut this to fit my 8.5 by 11. So it was a little bit taller, maybe an inch. So I've cut an inch off the top. You can cut it off anywhere you want. I just put it in this cutter and cut off, you know, the what I needed to cut off so that this would fit without having to be too wide and have, you know, a space. So all I did was I cut out some papers that I thought would match, and I'll show you that I have got a ton of ephemera that I've been collecting and making for it, and that will be going inside of it. So there it all is. And yeah, that I've been working on it a little bit at a time because my eyesight isn't very well. And I can only work for so long, and I also have severe fatigue. So it takes a lot out of me, but I have to spend time in my craft room, at least an hour or so that, you know, I can have my joy, like many of you, I'm sure. So I'm going to start by deciding what I want on my front pages. I just printed out, this is a kit from I don't know where. I've had it for a while. I'll try it. I just thought of that. I'm like, oh no, I don't remember who this is from. But if you like it, leave me a comment below, and I'll try and find the creator of this kit. It's really pretty. It's got lots and lots of different pages for it, as you'll see. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to decide, let me make sure I'm in frame. Okay, I am. I'm going to decide which papers I want, you know, that are going to inspire me for the front, the back, and the insides. So I really like this piece. I mean, I love them all, so it's just a matter of what piece I'm going to put where. And I've already cut all the edges off. You know, the white edges, I've already done that. And that's when I decided, you know what, I'm going to turn on my camera. So let me just take another look and make sure I'm in focus, and I am in frame. Just move this a little bit here. Okay, I put this little ribbon here to make sure so I can see that. I can't see pretty much anything else. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is decide what I want for the front, which I'm pretty sure I want this for the front. And then when she opens it up, perhaps I'll do this. And then I think I want this side to match that side, so that when she opens it up, that will match. And then when she opens this up, perhaps we could put that in the middle, and then maybe another one of these on this side, which you can't see. Let's see. It really doesn't matter. They all match really well. I'll do, I think I'll do this. So, okay, so I figured it out. This one will go there. And actually, I think I'll do, oh, they're the same. I think, yeah, I'll do this and that. And then there's a back side, and we'll decide that after we glue these on. Maybe. So, okay, so we've got this for this, this for this, this is for this. This closes like this. We've got that going there. This closes here. We've got this going here. Now remember, there's a back, so we've got to remember that, which that's not a problem. I'll just use the same one as I use on the front. And I'm pretty sure, yes, that'll be all. That's all we need. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the only thing you have to do now is I'm going to put some paper underneath this, because I don't want to get glue on my other side, which I should have thought about that before I started filming. And this is just parchment paper that I'm using, because I don't want to get glue on anything, but I don't want to move my pages either, because I don't want to forget where I put them. So I'll just put some parchment paper down here just in case we get any glue on it. And I'm going to be using, I haven't decided whether I'm going to sew around it or not yet, but I'm going to be using my Fabri-Tac. because I might be sewing it, which I likely will because I do sew just about everything. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue the front. And this is just, I think it's 28-pound photo paper. I have an Envy photo printer, inkjet, for those of you that don't know or are wondering. And I'm just going to take a sip of my tea because I can hear my voice already is going. Thank you. So I'm just going to put my glue here. And I am going to make sure I go edge to edge because I hope you're all doing well. I really have missed videoing. I'm getting a little bit better at it. I am now using an iPad my son had gotten me. And I'm learning an editing tool now, so I'll be able to edit them. And yeah, so reading is difficult. I have an appointment coming up with my neurosurgeon who's going to be hopefully stopping the progression of what's going on with my eyes, which I can't even explain it because I don't really understand a lot of it. It's COVID related. I had it in 2020 and lost 23% of my vision. And it's gotten progressively worse. So anyway, it's a little scary, but I'm relying on my faith and making sure that I meet edge to edge on things and they don't come out all wonky. That's the great thing about what we do, or at least what I do, is if it comes out a little wonky, it's not really a big deal. Is learn that through all of this is my perfection is not really a big deal anymore. Here we go. So we've covered the front. And what I'm going to be doing is putting pockets and things in here so that we can slide different ephemera pieces inside pockets and things. And like, for example, and I'll be doing a video on this as well. This was a, am I in frame? This was actually a collage, and it's from Periwinkle Matilda. It was a collage, and I just cut it up. I made a tag, I put a pocket, I cut up the whole collage. And then I made this, which I backed it. I started sewing it and ran out of my bobbin, so I have to do that. And then this is going to go here, and I put a hinge on it. And I didn't like the white on the back, so I just put some music paper there. But so she can, you know, write on here or what have you. And then with the leftover piece, I made a little bookmark. So anyway, it would be things like that that will go in it. I have a whole bag here of a bunch of tags and inspiration words and things like that. And that's what I'll be using this for, is an ephemera folder or a, you know, things that she can use in her journal or other journals. So we've done that piece, and I think it's dry enough, so we can open that up. And I am going to trim this here, and I'm going to use my trimmer because my scissors don't like me. I just haven't been able to cut a straight edge for a while. So I've been using my trimmer a lot. So I'm just going to line this up, and I'm just going to trim that edge off. And there you go. And of course, I'm going to put that over there because I'll probably use it for something, Lord knows. I've been trying not to keep much more than an index card size scrap. But geez, it's so hard. It's like, oh, but I might use that. So there you go. There's your front cover. Of course, I might put something on here, you know, in the middle or what have you, but that's it for now. And then I'm going to put my next piece on. And I'll stick this under here. Let me just move this so that I'm in frame. So I'm going to open it up, put this underneath here. I have a tip while I'm thinking of it. If you happen to get glue on your glass or ink or anything, no matter what you get on your glass, and it could stay there for 2 days. I've been using this hand sanitizer. You just put a couple of dabs on and take your wipe or a paper towel or whatever and wipe it, and everything comes right off. It doesn't matter what it is. And I get mine at the Dollar Tree. Excuse my reach. This is from the Dollar Tree. It's got 70% alcohol in it. I think that's probably why. But I have bottles of it on my desk. We actually got bottles of this from our insurance company a while ago in a box of other things that they sent us. So yeah, I've been using it in my craft room to clean up. It's been fabulous. That was just a little tip for somebody who might want to know. I just saw it sitting there, so, and was gluing and reminded myself. So then the next page I've already chosen, so I'm going to put that down. And I guess I could have, you know, put number 2 here and 2 here and 3 there and 3 there. And, you know, I could have done that as well. I just didn't think ahead. Typically, I will do that when I'm doing something like this because then we can, you know, I don't have to do it this way. But like I said, I started it and I thought, I'm turning the camera on. If it doesn't come out good, the worst thing I can do is not post it. I'm going to post it. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. So I've put my glue on. And now I'm just going to match up this edge where it folds. You don't even have to use these. I suppose you could use a, I know that you could probably use a, file folder, something like that maybe. I'm just using these because they're very accessible. I mean, just go into any Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware store if you're not in the US, or wherever you get your paint. And yeah, they're more than happy to give them to you. I've gotten wallpaper from them. I get mine at Sherwin-Williams. They're pretty sturdy. They're great cardstock. Really good cardstock. I use it a lot in a lot of my projects. And as you can see, the copy paper covers up, you know, those paint chips really well. So that's down and seems to be even. So I'll cut that strip. Line it up with your just line it up and take it off, and you've got page 2 done. And now I'm going to do this page because this is how it will open. So I'm going to do this page next. And stick this under here just in case. I really hope I'm in frame. It's very difficult to see. I hope I don't have any casting any shadows. It's pretty bright out. It's a beautiful day. It's actually an amazing day. My daughter, who I haven't seen since Christmas, and prior to that was Thanksgiving. Prior to that was a year. So she's on her way down with her husband and her 2 daughters. We're so excited. They should be here soon. I've cut out paper dolls to play with Ella. She is 7 and Abby is 11. And they just can't wait. We're going to go to Sanibel tomorrow. It's a beach here in Florida, Southwest Florida, that has lots of shells. So they're pretty excited about that. So am I. I haven't been to the beach yet. Actually, I haven't been to the beach in a couple of years, but my health just hasn't been good. But we have a great village downtown. We're pretty close to the water, so every once in a while we'll go down for an ice cream or something like that. And it's right on water. It's where everybody parks their yachts. Not us. We don't have a yacht. But I am a beach person. I love to walk the beach. I'm just making sure my edges are even here. And that's the good thing about Fabri-Tac. It's pretty forgiving. That wasn't even, so that's why I'm pulling it off. I'm going to kind of scooch up here a little bit. Sorry if my head's in the way, because I wasn't along that edge. Oops. I'm just trying to slide it down. There we go. I have, this is actually Pampered Chef, but I don't use it, so I don't use it in the kitchen, so I use it in here. And it's got like a little rubber edge here and a harder edge there, so it really does a great job if anybody has one. I've had it for a long time, like probably 15 years. But I'm sure you probably can still get them, and I don't know what it's called. I have no idea what it's even for. I don't remember. But it's great in the craft room, as you can tell. So now I've got that done, so I am going to bring it to my cutter and kind of just scooch this over a bit so you can see. There so that I know where I am. And I'm just gonna line that up. And I'm just gonna cut that edge. And there we go with that page. Move this out of the way. This back over here. So, where are we? We've covered this page. We've covered this page. We've covered that page. So now it's time to cover this page, which I think I decided on that. I did. I did? Yes. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Wait a minute. No, that's going to go on the back. Okay. And then I'll put this over here. Okay. So we're going to put this page in the middle, so we'll do that next. But It's going to be a little long, so I have to measure I have to see where I need to trim this, because as you can see, this is where it's gonna bend. So I'm just gonna bend this a little bit here, right there, so I know where to cut, okay? Cutter, line it up where that bend is. I actually think I'm gonna do it this way because I can't really see it. And I'm just gonna take that edge off. I'm gonna go a little long. Make sure I'm straight. It looks like I am. I'll throw that away. Put that back over there. Move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm in frame. And then I'm just gonna glue this down here in the middle. Now you're gonna have a little bit of white here, but it doesn't really matter because you just wanna be able to, you know, you don't wanna compromise your folding. So that little bit of white is not, to me, it's not a big deal. If you wanted to, you could ink it up, but I just never have. So I'm gonna glue this down in my middle. It looks upside down. It is. There's writing on this. There's a little bit of writing, so I'm glad I was able to see that. So yeah, that's all we're do for this. Again, we're gonna glue that piece there. And this makes a terrific thing to have in your craft room, especially if you're doing a project. You can put all your pieces, all your ephemera, your tags, you know, your embellishments and things like that in something like this after you've cut it all out. And then you just have it to pick and choose from. And then once you're done with the project, you can use it for your next project. Just take whatever pieces you haven't used and put them in, you know, a file. Mark the file, you know, sewing or however you want to mark it, and then you have those extra pieces and you can use this again for another project. Or you can just use it for any ephemera. Like you could fill it all with tags and stamps or embellishments or however you want to do it. Now that piece is down. Okay, so this is it so far. We've got the front. You open it up, we've got this piece, this piece. You open it up, we've got this piece. This isn't sticking down very well. I'll have to sew down that edge. Or just not close it yet because it's not dry. Okay, so I'm gonna move over and we're gonna do this piece here. Sorry about the noise. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put this piece here so that we've got it like this. It's different than this one. It's a little bit lighter color. but I like it, so I think I'll do that, because that's for the back. Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see. I could use... I could continue on with this piece. And then have that. And then put that rose that's on the cover. Actually, it goes like this. I think I'll continue on with this. And try and line it up. That's upside down. Yeah, so when she opens it up, I mean, you're not going to see a lot of this because we're going to have strips for things to tuck into and pockets and things like that. So, but, you know, you still want it to look nice. I think I'm going to use that other piece. Just, let's see. So, no, goes like this. So she'll open it this way, this way. I am going to, this, I'm so sorry. Maybe. Why am I so indecisive? So, front, open, this matches here. And then we've got something different here. Yeah, let's go ahead and continue it. I know you're all probably saying, go with that other floral, but it's just a different color. It's not really the same color. It's almost a peach as opposed to a pink, and it's really bugging me, so. Y'all know my silliness with perfection. It's ridiculous. I also want to thank anybody who's on my channel or any new people for supporting my friend Vita in Ukraine. If you're on my Facebook, you know that I've been posting daily. I heard from her again today. She's doing well. She has picked up her crochet hook, and she's getting orders, so thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. If anybody wants to know who Vita is, she's a friend of mine from the Ukraine, and she makes the most gorgeous crocheted items for scrapbooking or whatever you want to do. It's just amazing, the things that she makes. And I have been purchasing from her since I met her on Facebook, actually 3 years ago, before she had an Etsy shop. And we have been really good friends, and she is a love. She is such a good friend. I hate that we're so far away, and I really don't like the fact that they're in such trouble over there, and they really are. And I just don't want people to kind of forget, you know, that no matter what you hear on the news, it's bad and it's still going on. So it's kind of one of those things, believe what you hear and don't believe what you hear, because there's just so many different things that are being said. But I'm hearing it from somebody that's there, so you can definitely believe anything you see on my Facebook. I am hearing it directly from somebody who is there. And if you order from her on Etsy, your order is safe. I didn't put that down right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna lift it up because my corners aren't straight. You know, your information is safe, obviously, on Etsy, and as well as she is able to ship. My order is in transit. I checked it again today. It's still in transit. It's left the Ukraine. You could also be keeping Martina in your prayers. She is in Poland and very nervous as well. So, actually, I think pretty much all of Europe is. I mean, I'm in the United States, I'm nervous, so I can just imagine y'all in Europe. So, no more talking about that. We'll get back to happiness and crafting. So, that's all you do there. And then just give that a press so that you know it's going to fold. And if you ever get any glue, it just wipes right off. I actually have a glue eraser, the rubber eraser, and it just erases it right off. And it's right here somewhere. I'm not going to look for it now, but I'll just go down that with the eraser and it will come off. It's a rubber eraser. Oh, here's one right here. I'll use the white one. And it takes the glue, any glue that's seeped out, it takes it right off. It's fabulous. What a great tool. There you go. So I'm going to fold that back up there. And we're almost at the home stretch. I'll cut that off. And then we have one last page. Just going to cut that off while I'm doing it, just in case I won't be able to see it once I get that last page on. I just think it's easier to do it as you go along, because that way you can see your edges. Yep, I didn't have that straight, and that's okay because I didn't cut that. There we go. And that gets turned up. Okay. So we have our last page, which is the back. And I'm going to make sure that I put it so that I can cut that off. Okay? So make sure like I said, there's some writing up there, so I just wanted to make sure that it was on right side up. What have you all been working on lately? I'd really like to know. You can leave me a comment. I have so many videos coming up. I have some design team projects to do, which I've got all printed out and ready to go. I'll be doing a baking journal. I'll be doing a sewing journal for Lorna Taylor. The baking journal is for Periwinkle Matilda. Her name is Ellie. You might want to take a look at her channel. It's fabulous. And then, let's see, I'll be doing a Cinderella, which is really going to be fun. In between, I'll be doing some, I have 11 items that I've made for embellishing and, you know, for ephemera and things like that. Different types of pockets and flips and flops and things like that. So I'm going to try and get back to videoing when I'm in here. Which is every day for at least an hour. Sometimes longer if I feel up to it. I've been watching some videos as I can on my TV. So that's been helpful because reading is very difficult. I have a pair of lenses that my eye doctor specialist has made me. They're not prescription. They're actually just like the ones you can buy at the drugstore. But instead of being like a 2+ or a 3+, I think that's as far as it goes, these are a 5+. So they're really very magnified because what's wrong with my eyes cannot be changed with a prescription. There we go. My allergies are really acting up today. I think the grass pollen is really high. It's so nice living in Florida this time of year. Bring back out my pinks and my yellows. I was really happy to put away all my fall and my Christmas. It's all put away, it's all filed. I've actually been able to do that, which has been a blessing. I've made some storage boxes. So that's been fun. If anybody knows me, they know that I love to reuse my boxes or make boxes. I'll do some on video one day too. They're not hard at all. I'm just gonna, I don't think that's gonna work that way, so I'll have to do it this way. But just make sure that you don't get your, you know, make sure you're just cutting your paper and not the edge of the cardboard here, because then you'll cut your flap off. I can use scissors for that. I can see it well enough. You're just going to cut that along the edge without cutting your flip flap. There we go. Now let me move this out of the way. Make sure everything is on the way I want it. Yes, it is. Okay then, so I can see here I'm compromised a little bit, but the stitching, once I do the stitching, I think that's going to hold down fine. And if it doesn't, I'll just add more glue. I'll just take my glue and I'll just, you know, run it in there, but I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to take up all your time. So, we have now taken our, what used to be a paint sample, and we have made this folio. Now, what I intend to do on my next video, if you want to come back, is I have some more paper here, and I am going to make, on the inside, I'm going to start doing levels of pockets and things with paper and tracing paper so that she can see through it. I'll do some pockets, maybe here, for her to slide things into. I'll be doing more things up here, here, you know, on the front. And then she can flip it over. There'll be some there. Yeah. So that's how it goes. Very simple, very easy project. So I will be back again on Monday because, like I said, my daughter is coming with the girls and her husband, and I do not think I'll have time to video, but if I do, I will, and I'm sure you'll get notified if you hit that bell. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll show you what I'm going to use for the closure in the next video. Take care. Be well, be safe, and God bless. Bye-bye.